Hamid from TV Show How here. I have my friend Alison from Quebec, actually you're in Montreal today. Go ahead, Alison, tell us your name and your X, Y, and Z.
Well, hi, Hamid. It's such a pleasure to be here with you today. I'm Alison Heath, and I specialize as a longevity rescuer. I help people achieve more energy than they enjoyed 20 years ago, to balance their hormones for a better mood and an improved immune system, and also to oxygenate their brain for better mental clarity and focus. This is my passion. My passion is turning around people's health and giving them an anti-aging formula that actually reverses the aging process. I have a blast with that, and I've created many different programs. I also coach people, and it all has to do with my own story. My passion comes from my roots in curing my own health.
You know what? You're taking my next question right out, which is what got you to start this business? But before we do that, I learned a new way. Oxygenate your brain. I like that. So go ahead and tell us, what is it that led you to start figuring this out that you want to share with us today?
Well, I mean, it was a very simple thing. It was pure necessity. I was run over by a 650 motorcycle when I was on vacation in the West Indies. And what happened was I was the cushion for the motorcycle. It hit me from behind and I went bounce, bounce, bounce along the highway. I picked up 4 infections in the marrow of the bone because the bone split right out of the skin. They thought my neck was broken, and I had a real hard time to come back to Canada to be able to have operations and so on. When I arrived here, they said, we're going to have to amputate that leg. There's nothing we can do to save it. And I was determined that they were going to save it. So I started doing my own treatment on my leg, and so many things happened. That was actually a miracle, a gift in disguise, that accident. It changed my whole perspective, my priorities, everything I thought about life.
Wow.
And I accidentally discovered a 3 billion year old food, the very basis of the food chain. And that started to shift things. Before I knew it, my leg started to heal. And I had been such a party girl, just so into having fun and never even thinking about my health.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden I became very conscious of the effect of what went into my body, the effect of my thoughts, the effect of my whole body in a 360-degree state. Because we are like a multifaceted diamond.
Yeah.
And when that happened, and I started to turn things around in that way, calcium began to form. And more amazing things happened. I had gone back to university because I couldn't continue working.
Yeah.
And when I was at university, my marks jumped by 10%.
Wow.
And I was getting over 100% in finance, in computer programming, in all kinds of things that were just black and white.
Wow.
It was amazing.
And so, cognizance went up.
Definitely.
Wow.
Definitely. Things started to change in every aspect of my life.
Oh my God.
And there was one very interesting change that happened that I wasn't expecting at all.
Yeah.
And what that was I had been diagnosed when I was 21 with bipolar disorder.
Yeah.
Now, that you have to take lithium for. There's no cure. It's for life.
Yeah.
And I also, a few years later, ended up having to take synthetic thyroid, Synthroid, because my thyroid functioning went down, down, down because of the lithium. It robbed the thyroid.
Wow.
And that's another incurable. So I had those things, and I just went, okay, if I have to take medication, that's it. I will for life. And I did. I was a good girl. I did everything I was supposed to do. I went for my regular blood tests. And something strange started to happen. Every time I'd go for my blood test, they would lower my dosage of those 2 medications.
Wow.
And I didn't even pay much attention, to tell you the truth. I just knew that it was for life. That was it. That was my reality, and I had to live with it.
Yeah.
But then gradually the day came where I didn't have to take synthetic thyroid anymore.
Wow.
And I thought, wow, that's neat. And then the next thing that happened, a few months later,
the lithium.
I didn't have to take lithium.
Wow.
And you know something? I was like really happy, but I was also freaked out.
Yeah.
I was scared
Yeah.
because I thought, I don't want to go manic. I don't want to have to go back to a hospital ever again.
Yeah.
And that's
have
the
that
reason
crutch
I was
that
so
you're used to.
Oh, I mean, you know, that medication made everything this biochemical imbalance.
Yeah.
And that's what it is.
Yeah.
That's when your body can't produce lithium.
Yeah.
So it has an effect that's a mental thing. It's got the stigma of mental illness.
Yeah.
But really and truly, it's just like being a diabetic or something. It's
well,
when
you know
your
what?
biochemistry...
I'm going to share a little story with you. Another one of these channels is going to be featuring my own cousin who had gained so much weight that he couldn't get out of bed anymore. They recently did an operation for him where they tied up his stomach. His diabetes was cured in 2 days.
Wow.
In literally 2 days. He was off the Richter scale with his marks. 2 days after the operation, while in the recovery room, they were reading 85 and 82 on his numbers.
Isn't that amazing?
So they think it is, and they think here, and I don't know, another hospital in Europe is actually beginning the process of legitimizing that as the only cure for diabetes. So it's, you know, like you said, your disease, they thought it was incurable, and you cured it, and diabetes can be cured also for certain cases.
I have worked with many different clients who have turned their diabetes around. I've published articles about it and so on. In fact, type 2 diabetes is 100% avoidable. We can turn that around.
Interesting.
So you see, when I tell my little story, it's kind of like, so what? Everybody's got a story. The fact of the matter is that if you give your body the building blocks that it needs to flourish and to rebuild itself and to get that momentum going, it's like a ball in a barrel of water. You can push that ball down into the water and it's just going to pop back up again. That's what our natural state is. We're meant to be vibrantly healthy and feel fantastic. And you know, today, in 2 weeks, I turned 55 years of age.
Well, I wasn't going to go there, but you look so young.
I feel wonderful. I'm just so blessed with all of this energy and focus, and I want to share that with people. So much so. And one of the funny things is that my girlfriends, they're at my age, and they're starting to look into cosmetic surgery, into chemical peels, into Botox.
You've never had any of that?
No.
Wow.
None of those things are good for your health. I'm really very, very concerned with avoiding medical procedures as much as possible and letting food be thy medicine, as Hippocrates says.
So I'm gonna ask you a specific question to take us down a path today. Okay?
Okay, sure.
And give us some of your, you know, Brendan taught us that you put your best teaching forward for free. So the next few minutes, I want you to give us some nuggets about foods that are not known knowledge. Okay, for example, I give you an example of what I do. I go to a farm and I buy about 6 bushels of apple and I put them in my basement, and they last 2 to 3 months because they're natural apples. Okay, the ones I get from the store, I'm lucky to get 6 to 10 days out of because they have so much chemicals in them. So that's my gift, but I'm an old farmer and I know this because we used to put apples under the bed and they'd stay all winter, but we had no chemicals. So give us some food nuggets that nobody knows that you discovered.
I mean, it's a small world. I grew up on an apple farm.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we had an apple orchard. I lived on apples when I was a kid.
We did too.
Yeah, it's so much fun. But you see, it's more than food. It's
Yeah.
about superfoods and so on. So there are some superfoods that I have put this together
Yeah.
in the Easy Natural Facelift program.
Yeah.
So there's actually a whole section that's just about foods and
Well,
what
I
you
want to
can do.
sneak that out of there for free
Yeah,
for
well,
my
I'm about
audience.
to do that. You hear that little opening? This little thing is a tiny little sprout coming up.
Okay.
And when you look at that sprout, you can have sprouted sunflowers. You can have sprouted radishes, red cabbage. You can have sprouted broccoli. You can have all these different sprouted foods. It's just when that little tiny plant is starting out.
Yeah.
And that contains all of that youthful nutrition.
Oh.
And so you're eating youth. When you're putting that in your body, you're getting all this enzymatic activity going on.
Wow.
And it really gives you all those nutrients, everything packed and concentrated into that little tiny sprout.
So the sprout is the key.
Beans.
Wow.
It's one key.
Okay.
There are many more. That 3 billion-year-old food that I'm talking about, which really was the beginning for me. And it is the very basis of the food chain.
Well, do tell, do tell.
It's called a Phanazomenon floss aqua.
Oh, yeah, that's like I have some right here. What does that mean?
It's part animal,
Uh-huh.
part bacteria,
Uh-huh.
and part plant. It's a unique cyanobacteria.
Okay.
It learned how to do photosynthesis on the planet. It's the reason we have life, that we have oxygen.
And we know this by the name of?
A Phanazomenon floss aqua is its biological name. Its common name is wild blue-green algae. Now, many people are familiar with a lot of different sea vegetables and a lot of different marine algae.
Yeah.
And let me tell you a secret, Amid.
Wild blue-green algae. I want to repeat this. Wild blue-green algae.
That's right. It's wild grown. So what happens is that every year, it's the survival of the fittest.
Yeah.
It freezes over in fresh water, and it goes way down into the silt, and it just starts coming up.
Right.
Just the strongest ones reproduce every year. So it keeps the strain extremely potent.
And living here around Lake Erie and Lake Ontario, we're the only ones that would have something like that.
No, because we have polluted our water systems in such a way that we have microcystis, which is a toxin that grows at the same time as the wild blue-green algae.
Oh, yeah.
So the wild blue-green algae we have in Canada is a pest.
So where do you get it from?
You get it from Klamath Lake, Oregon.
So how do you buy it?
You can buy it online and so on.
I'm going to write some of this stuff down. Can we have these in a little text that I can put in the video below it?
Well, absolutely. I'll provide links to
Fine,
all of these.
I'm not going to write. I'm going to concentrate on learning. This is awesome.
Yes. Well, you know, everything, what I did was I put that particular book.
What about this aqua? How bad is that for me?
Aqua is very good for you. Plain water is very good. And the very best water is water from a spring.
Yeah, we don't have that.
There's actually a website that lists all of the springs all around the world.
Really?
So you can find where the nearest spring is to you, and you can go with bottles, glass bottles, and fill them up with that water.
That's what we did growing up. I tell people the story in my book when it comes out. It's going to talk about my most saddest experience when I was growing up. We grew up in a really innocent place. It was when my mom would send me to the spring to fill up water with a canister that's breakable, you know, the kind made of clay. And I carried a water canister all the way home. Our house was halfway up the mountain, and I slipped and fell and broke it. And my heart was broken, and my mom gave me a new one, and I had to go back and get a new one. But that's what we did. But you can't do that, I thought, here in the U.S.
Oh, you certainly can. You certainly can. And in my book, I provide the link to that.
What is the name of
the
the
site? And that book is on Kindle format for 99 cents.
Kindle. And you know what we're going to do today? At the end of this, I'm going to provide a link to the Kindle book. And I'm going to, I didn't know we were going to talk about a book. So I'm going to do something real quickly. Guys in the audience, you're reading this, you're reviewing this. please, as a gift, whenever an author gives you their information for 99 cents, they're distilling everything they know for 99 cents. It's a gift, okay? Please give back by making sure you leave some reviews, okay? I don't care if they're nasty reviews. At least they count as reviews.
Well, that's true.
So please, these authors, we live for these reviews. Please make sure you leave a review for Alison when you do get it. We're going to provide a link to the book for sure below the video.
Not only that, Amit, I use the material that I get in the feedbacks to help refine the easy natural facelift program, because there's so much there that people need to consider. It isn't just the food that you eat, it's also the food that you avoid. It isn't just what you do for your face, the natural creams that you put on your face, but it's also knowing what toxic chemicals to leave out.
Interesting.
You really need to be aware of these things.
Yeah.
And there's so many products. Our toothpaste, for example, contains fluoride. Our shampoos have parabens in them and lauryl sulfate, and all of these different chemicals that are coming from marine or mineral products and so on. These are not natural, organic things that our body knows how to use. So when women, and it's not just women, men too, and children, they're all getting this incredible amount of toxins in their body that they're absorbing chemicals. Women absorb 5 pounds of chemicals every year from the cosmetics that they put on their face.
So here's what I don't want to get into the cosmetics, because normally when you pose a problem, I want my audience to walk away without a cliffhanger saying, well, what's the toothpaste I should use, or what's
You're going to find out all of those things, Amit. You don't have to worry about your audience, because all the answers are there. Okay. There isn't a problem in this world that doesn't have its own answer. So I don't want you to worry about that one bit. Good. This course deals with every aspect of it, because just remember, like I said at the beginning, we're a 360-degree, multifaceted diamond. We have many parts to our body, and we need to address them all. Yeah. It's not that difficult. Yeah. Once you become aware, and awareness precedes action. So it's a very simple thing to do to change your health around, and it's really a lot of fun.
So we've had internet connections on this interview issue, so you guys are going to see that the video may change size a couple of times. It's because we've had to restart it over. So for the sake of trying to get this along so we can hopefully finish, I want to ask you real quickly 3 reasons why someone should participate in this face lift program. It's really more of a body lift, but you call it a facelift. So go ahead, give us 3 reasons.
Reclaim your health. Maintain your youthful energy.
Oops.
Let your body respond. When you love your body, you have no idea how much it will give you back. And also, when you look around and you want to take information from somebody, take information from somebody that's walking the walk. Yeah. Find your mentors and find your coaches in people that are doing it. Now, when you're talking about glowing health and vitality, look for somebody that has glowing health and vitality. Look for somebody that has done that. And as a longevity rescuer, that's what I'm there for. Yep. Just to hold your hand and walk along with you. And this course is very accessible and will save you a fortune in medical bills, a fortune in cosmetic surgery if you choose to go that route. There's unlimited reasons. We don't have time on this.
I know, and the connection hasn't been cooperating. Now, I want to talk 2 things. First of all, when they come in the course, you're going to anchor a TV Show How channel. So there'll be a lot of material where they learn more from you on the TV Show How network. But I would like you to tell me, for the TV Show How audience, if they do participate with you in the course and they're not happy, what is the guarantee you're going to give them?
They have a 30-day, no questions asked,
I need to
money
beg
back
you to make
guarantee.
it 60. My audience is used to 60, and I, as a favor, I'd like to ask you to make it 60 for my audience. Is that
I
okay?
mean, that would be a pleasure. I have total 100% confidence in the material that I'm offering,
Excellent.
and if anyone isn't happy with it, then I'm not happy. I want people to feel good. This
Thank,
is what this is all about. It's about playfully embracing longevity now.
thank you.
Learning how to nurture yourself today, not tomorrow when you can find time, maybe.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, it takes a courageous author to back up their work, knowing full well that you have 60 days, because a lot of people will go through the material and actually finish learning everything in 60 days, but we know the nature of humanity. If you think you've gotten your value out of it, some people send extra money later, believe it or not, but all we want you to do is take it, enjoy it, have enough time to do it. That's why I asked TV show how audience requests the 60. I like the 60. I thank you for giving it to us.
My
You
pleasure.
have this program. It's really inexpensive because we kind of talked about the pricing you're going to offer it for. But before we talk about the pricing, how many people do you think you can coach in this program?
The coaching is done automatically because how this program works is there's 4 different modules that give you all the information that you need. And then you have course companion books that go along with it. So all you need to do is start implementing the information. You're given everything you need.
Interesting. And if this is the part where I ask you to tell us the price. I mean, all this knowledge of how to basically give yourself a facelift is less than
Well,
the price of visiting a doctor once just to get a checkup, isn't it?
oh my goodness, yes. And it's absolutely incredible because when I take just 1 hour of coaching with a client,
Yeah,
we're talking a substantial fee.
yeah,
And what I've done here is I've put 4 modules, 4 complete books together that go along with the modules,
yeah.
and 4 free videos to give you a good sense of what you're buying before you purchase it
Yeah.
for $97.
That's
And
it.
that's with the 60-day money-back guarantee.
And all the videos, access to the information, the list. Ladies and gentlemen, take her up on it. I would highly recommend first you check out the ebook. It's 99 cents. We're going to have a link to that. I'm also going to have a link to the course, the $97 course, whichever one you decide to take. Alison, I really enjoyed this visit. I wanted to ask you a couple of things if the internet connection holds. Who shouldn't take these courses?
Anyone that isn't interested in improving their health, anyone that isn't interested in taking responsibility, the people that want to just go to a doctor, hold out their hand and say, give me a pill, make it better, and they're not willing to do anything themselves, this course is not for them. This course is for people that are generally ready to step up to bat and to take action. And that's why I've put that ebook up there at 99 cents for a limited amount of time so that people can just grab it and run with it.
And I'm going to urge them to do that. 2 things. You are a walking testimonial. I'll be honest with you. I've watched a lot of your videos, and I thought you had to have a facelift. I've looked for the lines. I didn't see any on the video. So you're a walking testimonial. And that's enough said. But I'm also going to ask you to tell me about a couple of people you helped without using their names and what was the result of you helping them.
Well, the result is that so many people are asking me to do interviews with them.
Yeah.
They started using this program and they're astounded by the changes that are happening. One girl, Susan, she contacted me recently to do an interview on her radio station because she absolutely loves it. And that's Good and Green Radio, episode number 72.
No, but
And then there are other people as well. So Lynn, another girl, she said she can't believe it. For example, she's celiac, so she has to be very careful with her diet.
wow.
Well, all of these wonderful recipes that are contained in there those are all something a celiac can use.
Interesting.
It's absolutely fascinating. One man said, well, I'm a vegan and, that's past being vegetarian.
Yeah.
And he said, I couldn't use this. Well, he can. It works for him too. And the thing that I keep getting, the feedback that I keep getting is, this is so much more than I was expecting.
Yeah.
And this is where what really turns me on is to over-deliver. When I can have people just go, wow, this is amazing, that's when I'm satisfied.
Yep.
And, I don't expect people to just jump on the bandwagon and turn their health around immediately, and I'd never recommend anyone stop cold turkey on medication. It needs to be done gradually. It took a long time for your body to get in the position or condition that it may be in. It's going to take a while for it to straighten out. So you want to be gentle with yourself.
You
and
know
just
what?
make
I
it
think
step bit by bit.
I think you should develop a program or change the name of the program of how to get off drugs, the legal ones.
Well, the legal drugs actually cause the most amount of deaths of any drugs.
That's interesting.
I have actually created a telesummit with 20 to 25 different experts called Your Vibrant Health Secrets, and that's coming at the end of January.
Hey, invite me. I'd like to participate as an observer.
Well, it's great.
And
it's absolutely great.
We'll broadcast what I could record on TV show how, or if you can record it and give it to me.
I can't. I don't own it. It belongs to Braveheart Women.
Okay. But
I'm hosting it, but I don't own it.
Yeah, I don't know what the content is, but we'd love to help you spread the word. The final thing I want to do is ask everybody to please take action. Click on the button below or on the link below and go to Amazon.com, pick up the 99-cent book. If you could just get the answer to some of the questions she posed in here, what to get for a toothpaste, what to get for a hair shampoo. For 99 cents, the advice is priceless. And if you participate in the program, it's $97. Alison, I thank you so much for altering your warranty strictly for our audience. I'm going to give you a parting word, and then I'll come back and say goodbye in French.
No, Amid, that's wonderful. I really appreciate having the opportunity to talk to the listeners today. It's wonderful. And my wish to you is that you make the move. You make an investment in yourself and make 2012 the best year ever. You can have it all. You can have more energy than you had 20 years ago. You can have better focus with an oxygenated brain, and you can balance your hormones for a better mood and improved immune system. It's doable.
Ladies and gentlemen, at TV show How, my friend Alison Heath in Montreal, I want to say au revoir et merci beaucoup.
Au revoir et merci.